Bungie here, we're incredibly lucky. The fact that we get this privilege to come and make games, and we have the kind of the energy and we have the motivation to do more.
This video game that we're making and this community that we're building, there's something here, there's something to that.
It's not just about making games and making a product and running a business, it's about the impact that we can have on real people's lives.
The idea of the Bungie Foundation came over a decade ago. We had an amazing community following around the world.
It's awesome to have you here.
And we really felt like it was a responsibility for us to do something good. People don't necessarily associate gaming and gamers with charitable work and giving back, but the reality is for decades, the gaming community has actually been one of the most philanthropic communities of people out there. In 2015, there was this profound and just devastating earthquake in Nepal. Entire cities were essentially being demolished and people were perishing. We reached out to an organization called Direct Relief. Over the course of just about 3 weeks, the Bungie community raised over $1 million. For me, it was a life-changing moment. It just sparked this new energy in me of saying, this is the impact that a video game and a video game company and community can have in our world. And these are the things that matter at the end of the day. When we first started the foundation, we decided to really support kids. And what we came up with was the iPads for Kids program.
Kids are coming to the hospital. I mean, that's the first time for them. They're nervous, they're scared. They've heard of hospitals maybe, they don't know what to expect, and so they come into the hospital, maybe not feeling well, maybe really injured or sick, and then on top of that, they don't know what's happening.
It's a very scary environment, especially for young kids.
About 2 years ago, my daughter, she was coughing, and we started to notice her get worse. They rushed her by ambulance to Seattle Children's Hospital. They diagnosed her with severe asthma. She had pneumonia on top of that. It was really scary for her getting that IV the first time because she didn't know what it was.
They're anxious. It's all really new, so they just want some of that comfort from home.
As a parent, you're desperate to make sure your child is comfortable, especially in a circumstance when they could be afraid. You're looking for a lifeline. You're looking for anything that can help. And the iPads for Kids program is something that can help provide some of that.
The iPads for Kids program started in 2012, started with Seattle Children's Hospital. We have since expanded our program to 8 hospitals across the country. So we're now West Coast to East Coast, continuing to grow. At this point, we have about 4,000 devices out there across those 8 hospitals. Hundreds of thousands of patients are actually being impacted.
There's plenty of times that there's patients that came in and not feeling well. You could tell while they were walking to the room they didn't want to be there, and you don't blame them, and then they walk in and then the tablet's there and they go run over and start immediately playing on it or watching Elmo videos or whatever it is that they like to do on it.
Teenagers especially love their Netflix, love connecting with friends, love browsing YouTube.
When you're isolated or when you're in a room and you can't get out of bed, you need a way to connect with the world and feel like you still have those really great, rich connections with your friends and family.
In the hospital, and these kids are utilizing them day in and day out, I don't think we could go back to not having them.
We have dozens of hospitals at this point that have reached out to us saying, we want your program, how do we get it? Can you have it here tomorrow, basically?
Vincent, what are you doing on your iPad?
Candy Crush.
Oh, Candy Crush.
The fact that we have fans and that step up when they're asked to help charitable cause, like that's awesome. I'm proud of that.
seeing the work that our community does, it's always really humbling and probably the best part of the job. They push us and remind us that it isn't just fun and games, right? We can actually touch people and change their lives.
This idea of coming together as a community, as this giant fire team of individuals who are going on their own mission together to make people's lives better. It's beautiful.